Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be solving replace the question marks in the string to minimize its value. So we are given a string which is s, and then it will have the characters where we'll have English letters, and then there will be some question mark. And then when we have a string, we need to replace the question mark with the some specific lowercase letters, and then after replacing the characters which are present in the string, we'll get the string, and then the cost should be minimized. What is the cost for this? Suppose let's say we have t string with the length of m, and then we define the cost of I index is going to be number of characters equal to the ti where that appeared before. Suppose let's say we have aab, that means the cost of a will for this particular index will be 0. Why? Because the number of characters a present before is 0, and then the number of characters for this a is going to be 1, so the cost will be 1. And then for b, because the number of before characters of b will be 0, so the cost becomes 0 plus 1 plus 0, so that is going to be 1. So now let's say we have the string which is a d, and then again a, and then d, and then b, and then c. So now when we are calculating the cost of this particular string, for this it is going to be 0, and then for this it is going to be 0, and then for this it is going to be 1. Why? Because the number of a characters is 1, and then for d it is going to be 1, and then for b it is going to be 0, and then c it is going to be 0. So the cost becomes equal to 2. Now let us rearrange the characters which are present here. So let us write like a, and then b, and then c, and then d, and then d. So now we calculate the cost, then it becomes 0 1, and then again 0, and then 0, and then 0, and then 1. So the cost doesn't change when we try to rearrange the letters which are present in the array, which are present in the string. Now we can we are given that we should not modify any characters which are present in the string other than these question marks. We need to replace the question mark with some particular characters, but we cannot change the characters which is already present. Suppose let's say I have a question mark, and then b, and then question mark, and then d. Now when I try to arrange the elements which are present here, I cannot change A, B, D places, but I can change the places of these question marks. Suppose let's say I have here A, and then again I have C, and then A. Now I can rearrange it as A and C such that the cost becomes same. Suppose let's say if I arrange this as A and C, now this cost becomes same. Suppose let us write for this particular solution where we have, if I write B, if I write A, then the cost becomes, this is 0, and then this is 0, this is 0, and then again this is 0, and then this is 1, and then this is 0. So the cost will be 1, and then when I rearrange it as A and then C, then also the cost becomes same, 0 1, and then 0, and then 0, and then 0. But if we rearrange as A and C, then it becomes lexicographically smallest with the same cost. So we'll try to find the characters which we need to fill at this particular question marks, and then after that we'll try to sort the string which is present by taking only this particular question marks. Suppose let's say we are given a string. We are given a string. So this is a string. So let us take this particular string where we have a, and then question mark, and then a, and then question mark. Now we need to find the string with less cost. So when will we get the less cost? When we pick the elements which are present in this which are present in the string with least number of frequencies. Suppose let us take the frequency of A will be 2 and then frequency of B till Z it will be 0. Now at the place of this particular question mark I need to pick a character where the frequency will be lesser, and then it should not be Z but it should be like B. Why? Because it is lexicographically smaller. So we'll try to pick the B. So if I pick B, then it becomes A, B, and then A, and then question mark. Now the frequency array is going to become f of A is going to be 2, and then f of B is going to be 1. And then again when I come here, again I'll see what are the characters with the least frequency. This is going to be f of C equal to 0. So I'm going to pick C. Why? Because it is going to be the smallest character with the least frequency. So I'm going to write it as C. So after this, if I get the if I get the characters where it is like B and then here it is C, I can remodify this as sorting the strings so that it will become lexicographically smaller. Yeah, let's go through the code for this. So initially we'll take the frequency as A. So we'll be having the minimum index and then what is the character we need to pick, and then let's take as temp, which will store all the characters which we need to fill in this particular question marks. So whenever we face with the question mark we are going to, if we do not face the question mark then we are going to increase the frequency, and then we'll go through each element which is present in the string. Suppose let's say if it is a question mark, that means we need to figure out a character with the least frequency and then we are going to add it into the temp. So let us take that particular minimum index as the minimum frequency as int max, and then we are going to pick this particular index. So out of j from A to Z we are going to take, if minimum is greater than a of j, that means minimum becomes a of j and then pick becomes j, and then at last we are going to say what is a pick element. Pick is going to be like 0 to 25. So if it is 0 then it becomes a, if it is 25 it becomes z, and then at last we are going to increase the frequency of this particular pick, and then at last we are going to sort the temp. Why? Because it should be lexicographically smaller, and then we need to replace all the question marks with the temp element which is present. Suppose let's say if s of I equal to question mark, that means we need to replace s of I with temp of j, and then we need to increment the j, and then at last we are going to return the answer. So for this particular case the time complexity is going to be big O of log n log n. Why? Because we are sorting the array. Suppose let's say we have all the question marks, that means we need to pick all the elements and then at last we are going to sort the array. And then if we come to the space complexity, it is going to be, we are not taking anything, we are taking only the frequency, so it is going to be big O of 26 itself. Yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.